Well, here we are again. One more disastrous foreign intervention into somebody else's country. And if you look at why we now have Daesh or ISIS, we have them precisely because of the disaster that we made inside of Iraq. The truth was, in Iraq, we set up a sectarian government, and that sectarian government allowed the growth of Daesh. And will we ever learn the lessons? And it seems to me that this government does not. And therefore we have to say, if we can't defeat you in government, we will defeat you on the streets. And when they say that this is about the people of Syria, I say bullshit. This is not. 250,000 Syrians have already been killed. 4 million, as for population of 26 million, have fled. And the government's attitude to the Syrians, as somebody else said, tells you, and their attitude to the Syrian refugees, tell you what they think about the Syrian people. They were prepared to let those people drown. They are prepared to let those people starve. That's the reality. And just look at what they said about them. Cameron, I remember, they talked about them as swarms. They talked about them as cockroaches. This is how much they care about the people of Syria. And it took a young boy, Alian Kurdi, to drown on the beach before this government even shifted on allowing any refugees into this country. And they were shifted by the force of anger from ordinary people at seeing those people drown and be left to suffer. And it is the force of ordinary people, and that's why we need to say we will continue to raise our voices loud against this immoral war. And the first casualty of war is the truth. I don't know if people saw that disgraceful Sun headline that said 1 in 10 people, Muslims, supported the jihadis. The question they asked people was, do you support people fighting in Syria? So you could be fighting against Assad, you could be fighting against anybody. It was a complete distortion of the truth and a blatant attempt to whip up racism, against Muslims. And after the Paris bombings, remember how they were desperate to find a Syrian passport to say that the people who came were refugees, and they clearly were not. So this is about whipping up racism. This is the fog of war that they create. More sinister, I think, really, is that when they fight a war abroad, they also try to fight a war at home. And that war at home is about demonising and scapegoating and blaming all Muslims. And we need to say, we are proud of our multicultural country, and we will stand together. Refuse to let them divide us. And I tell you, it amazes me. There's a crock of gold to be spent on arms and on war, but there's no money for ordinary people, for their health service, for their education. They create scarce resources in order to try and divide us against each other and blame each other, and we need to make sure that that does not happen. And I want to say something about the people who voted from the Labour Party in favour of war.
Scum!
I think they're a disgrace. When they say they're being bullied, I'll tell you what bullying is. It's far worse, isn't it, when you drop bombs on ordinary people. That's the real thing that those people are doing. And I'll tell you what, we will continue to hold our MPs to account. This is about democracy. Keep on lobbying them. Keep telling them. Today in Leeds, there was a protest outside of Hilary Benn's surgery, and so right there should be. This man uses the Spanish Revolution, those fantastic people who fought against fascism in Spain, in order to justify the bombing. People who cheered him in Parliament the same people who supported Franco in the Spanish Civil War. So take no nonsense from these people. We will hold you to account.
Hey.
Finally, I believe that we need to make sure that the hot breath of the anti-war movement is breathing down their necks every inch of the way. We can stop them, but we need to get more people together, tell more people, get out and make sure that we march on the streets next Saturday. We can stop them if we stand together.